Hey, what's up guys, Tony here, and if you're like me, you noticed there was a ton of Battlefield 3 in-game trailer breakdowns going up on YouTube today. I mean, not only was the trailer everywhere, but then the trailer breakdowns were everywhere, and people hastily put together videos to break down the trailer to go ahead and show us, or sorry, let me say this, tell us what we had just seen in the trailer. So you'd see things like, oh, do you see right here, right there, that's a dirt bike. So there's going to be dirt bikes in game, and this is capture the flag, and it's capture the flag by vehicle, so it's going to be vehicular capture the flag. And you see in the corner in the kill feed, there's guns and there's vehicles, and you're like, no shit, I just saw that. Thanks for breaking that down. Because they try to tell you this information as if you didn't even see the trailer, you know, and they're showing you the trailer. And so I find trailer breakdowns really entertaining, because I don't know, it's just like, why? What's the need for a trailer breakdown? I mean, watch the trailer and you'll figure out everything you need to figure out without having someone else tell you it. So anyways, I'm amused and borderline offended when people put out trailer breakdowns, because it really, for some people, it should insult your intelligence just because of the fact that you're human, you have eyes, and you've played Battlefield 3 long enough. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what the hell's going to be in in-game by the trailers, you know? Especially when it was coming down to the air superiority. They're like, when you look at this, it's like a barrage balloon, you know, and there's these spinning windmills. People are going to run into those. You're like, no shit, they showed someone running into it. So I had a good time just watching that, just kind of scratching my head and like, why do people do this? But the reason why I'm making this video is because not only with the trailer breakdowns, the trailer and the in-game stuff did not only bring trailer breakdowns, but it brought tons of speculation because of the fact that there is this supposed Chinese executive or Chinese employee who works obviously for the Chinese branch of EA, and he had put out this, sort of leaked this information about in-game and about air superiority and all this other stuff that people are sort of gravitating towards, because at first they sort of like dismissed it because, well, you know, it's unconfirmed information. But now that in-game's been announced and the things that are gonna be in-game have been announced, that this person's credibility just went up, skyrocketed. And so there's this new set of predictions for Battlefield 4 that people are gravitating towards, and a lot of them have to deal with, you know, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox 720 and all this speculation and stuff. But a big one that I saw, and what I want to focus on for this commentary, is one that says is they're going to try to make it easier for Call of Duty players to transition to Battlefield, which shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that EA wants a share of Activision, of Call of Duty market. Those players, of course Battlefield wants them. They want to get those players and bring them over to Battlefield. And there's no saying that players won't buy both games. I mean, I own both games, but now I'm really definitely on the side of Battlefield and EA. I have strayed from my Call of Duty roots all the way over to Battlefield, and I am very much so a Battlefield player, and it's just the reality of the situation now. And so here's the thing, the reason why I bring this up is because the guy that wrote this said something to the effect of how they're trying to make it easier for Call of Duty players to transition, you know, less of a learning curve. And it makes me wonder if dumbing down Battlefield is really what's necessary. You know, we've kind of seen that, you know, it's a little bit easier to do things. There are certain aspects that a lot of Battlefield purists don't like the glare of sniper rifles now that snipers can go prone. I see it as a balance issue. I don't mind the glint of a rifle scope, even though it's bright as hell and you can see it all the way across the map. I would prefer to see that than, you know, have a shitload of snipers taking me out and you have no idea where they are besides on the kill feed. So from a balance standpoint, I can understand why they did that. But it does make it a little easier to play than, say, previous Battlefields that you couldn't see that. Even though in, say, like Bad Company 2 and Bad Company 1, you couldn't go prone, but you could still snipe from half across the map, and it was still difficult to do. So they made it a little easier in that regard to spotting snipers, you know. But here's what this is getting back to what I wanted to talk about initially, is that I don't think there's anything wrong with having a steep learning curve for Battlefield, because when you think about Call of Duty is an easy game to pick up. Now there are skills that you acquire or you already have playing a first-person shooter. You know, you've got hand-eye coordination, you've got reaction time, you have got map knowledge, you've got gun knowledge, you know, and knowing when to do certain things in game. And of course, in Battlefield, it's the same sort of situation. You need to have good accuracy. You need to anticipate for bullet drop, or you know, say you're in a tank, you need to anticipate for the drop of a shell. There are, for me, from where I sit, there are more things that you need to consider as a Battlefield player than you do as a Call of Duty player. But I don't mean to take away from Call of Duty at all. It's still a difficult game to play, but it's designed in a way where anybody can just go in and play and have a good time. They might not be the best player, but I'd say after, I don't know, about a year of playing, they could become a good player, you know, a better than average player if they dedicate the time to doing so. But if you take Battlefield, for instance, not only do you have your infantry gameplay, not only do you have, you know, say squad responsibilities with, say, being an engineer. Well, I mean, let's run it over. You know, you got your medic, your support, your engineer, and your sniper, your recon. Each one of those plays a vital role in your squad. Obviously, you need ammo, you need health, and if you need someone to take out tanks, you got someone to take out tanks. So you have roles you need to play. So even at that, you need to pick your role. You've already have something you need to consider over Call of Duty, which is very much a game that you could go lone wolf, which for the most part, I would say that you really can't do that in Battlefield. So you got your squad responsibilities, and then if there are vehicles on the map, you need to know how to drive the vehicles. You need to be proficient with the gunning of all the vehicles. And if there's, so we'll take tanks, for instance, you need to know how to drive a tank, which is, it's not difficult, but it's certainly, you just can't jump in there and just get going. It'll take you a while to get the feel of tanks. Aircraft are especially hard to learn, you know, jets and helicopters, because some people take to jets, like myself. I take to jets really easily. I can fly jets very easily. I can. Helicopters for me are a little bit more of a chore, so it took me longer to get proficient with a helicopter. I don't want to say good, because for me, when I'm flying a helicopter, I still have a tendency to treat it like a jet, and I want to fly it like a jet, and I get myself into situations like going into a dive where I'll die because I forget, oh yeah, this thing doesn't move like a jet. I just can't pull out at the last second. You know, I'm going to smash my ass back into the ground. So becoming good with jets and helicopters is difficult. Like I said, some people take the jets, some people take the helicopters. I know my older brother, he hasn't been playing Battlefield that long, but he's really taken to helicopters. And I know some people that want to be good at jets, but they just can't get it in their head. But for whatever reason, they're fantastic in helicopters. They can fly those things all day long. They can pull off these insane maneuvers, and they've got that down. Where I am like, how the hell did you do that? So you got that. Of course, there's jeeps and other sort of infantry fighting vehicles that you need to get your head and your hands wrapped around. And the point is that Battlefield, from my standpoint, is a difficult game to pick up and play. It requires a lot of time, a lot of effort to master all these different vehicles. And I actually say to get proficient with all these different vehicles. And then it takes even that much longer to master them, so you can be this jack of all trades sort of player in Battlefield, and they don't have that in Call of Duty. And so my concern is when I see this, and I don't really want to get into the whole speculation about what Battlefield 4 is going to be like, you know, because I don't really like that. You know, I talked about this once before, but when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I really got in, or was coming out, I really got into speculation, and I really got into the anticipation of Modern Warfare 3. And when I went to COD XP, I was really let down because it wasn't anything remotely like I thought it was going to be. You know, it was sort of a regression from Black Ops going back to Modern Warfare 2. You're like, whoa, this is so weird. So talking about Battlefield 4 and video games in general from that point on, I prefer not to speculate. I like to just get the game as it comes and experience it as this new experience and get to know this particular title without needing 6 months of speculation and you know, letdown when whatever you're looking for doesn't come out, you know? So now here we go on this whole aspect of basically catering to this idea of pulling Call of Duty players in. The only thing that comes to my mind is that they'll make Battlefield 3 a little less, have a little less of a steep of a learning curve. You know, it'll be easier to pick up. It'll be something that, to a certain extent, it'll still be Battlefield, but maybe it's not gonna be the Battlefield that we remember. We're gonna end up being that guy from the recent Battlefield Friends. He's like, gobbledygoo, I remember in Battlefield, they're ruining Battlefield. That'll be us come Battlefield 4. I have a feeling. And like I said, here I'm speculating. I'm just kind of like, that's the pessimist in me coming out right now. I'm just like, wow, it's going to be terrible. But my question to you guys, and this is really the heart and soul of the commentary, my question is to you guys is, do you feel that there is this need from us, the community, to make sure that Battlefield remains a difficult game to play? Or are you guys okay with the idea that they might simplify it some to make it easier for other first-person shooter players to come in, join in, and overall enhance the Battlefield, quote, Battlefield? So that's what I want to know. My personal standpoint is I don't think they should. I think that Battlefield should remain a difficult game to play and one that requires a lot of time and effort to master. I don't think it should be something that you could just pop in and play and just, you know, spend 2 hours a month playing and expect to always do well. Yeah, I think the caliber of players that invest time and effort into Battlefield deserve more than a Twitch shooter, basically, is what I'm saying. More than a Call of Duty. And I think it will be. Battlefield 4 will be more than a Call of Duty. I'm just concerned if it's true that they're trying to cater to Call of Duty players to sort of entice them to come over, that there might be some sort of simplification of this franchise that we all love. So anyways, guys, I'm looking forward to your comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll talk to you guys later.